But yeah, sure as hell, that first bite burnt the roof of my mouth. I moved it, burnt the back of my mouth.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Then you rather than spit it out, you try and roll it around your mouth to cool it down while doing
No,
that stupid.
It just burns the rest of your
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's like the old joke over here. What's the hottest thing known to man? It's a McDonald's apple pie.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I don't eat those, but my friend does, and I think the last time we went and actually sat down there, he burned his mouth off.
Yeah. Sauce inside's hotter than molten lava.
I know, and it sticks. It's
Yeah. Sticks like napalm in the morning.
Napalm. That's right. It's napalm applesauce. The only thing worse I think that burns you than applesauce is probably caramel.
Yeah, because you
maybe
gotta
syrup.
get that hot just to do what it does.
Yeah, it's boiling point. It's a good 1 to 200 degree. Well, I mean even applesauce, all the berries, so its boiling point's much higher. But then you add all the sugar. Well, caramel. What is it? Brown sugar, and then
yeah, just burnt brown sugar.
Oh, you're dead. I mean, you might as well just. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
How he's got 2 power-ups already?
Because they got their little routine down.
And he's in a scout, so all he's done is he's flown straight in, jetted straight for the power-ups.
And where did it get him? Pull out of nowhere.
Mr. Zack destroyed him.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be an interesting match. We just broke their first push. Like it was nothing. Now they're all already scattered.
Yeah, then now they're standing back going, okay, plan B is... Anyone got a plan B?
Yeah, go to B. Oh, go to A.
Well, what do you mean B? This isn't domination. There is no B.
Yeah. What do we do?
Come on, Mr. Zack. I'll lure them in. You just zap them with your railgun. Oh, he's in a bomber as well. He's the same as me. That's fine.
They need to make a bomber with a frickin'...
Oh, bomber with a railgun range on it. Lethal.
No, they need to just make an interdictor that the actual hull of the ship is the gravity, basically. Uh-oh. Bring it! Bye-bye.
Someone trying to shoot at me? Yes, they are. Oh.
Bring it!
They're starting to build up a bit of momentum now.
Just keep pulling them over here.
Mm-hmm.
And keep putting them down. But yeah, usually after you've conquered the swimming pool, the car, and explosives, if they still decide, well, I don't understand why people need grenades. I don't understand why people need tanks. In fact, there was some guy doing that. He's like, well, some people think they need tanks and helicopters. I'm like, and I remember I responded back to him, like, some people do need tanks and helicopters. It's like, what? Are you gonna worry about that now? So what?
Oh, ouch.
It's like, so what if somebody wants to have an attack helicopter? Why is that a problem for you? Those are all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Every country has those. People have tanks too. Until somebody decides to drive said tank through the city.
Through shopping centre.
You know, you're fine until that happens. Stop bitching about it. I got their damage overcharge, but I can't. Bye bye. I got your damage overcharge. You didn't get it, and I got it, and now you're dead. So go away. Leave me alone.
Oof. Seeker Mine just jumped on that one.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be my last game. Looks like my time is about up. But and then people say, well, people shouldn't be able to have RPGs at their house. I'm like, well, okay, but I mean, based on what? Those things are totally inert unless you fire them. Look at, I mean, there's businesses, and there's actually several of these. If you ever go watch that modern Marvel disasters show, there's this really interesting and horrific one where there was this company. They were one of the top 3 making rocket fuel. I think it was outside Las Vegas. This was a while back. Dumb sons of bitches had failed like every freaking audit, and like no best practices. They had the fuel was in the containers made of one of the 3 reactive materials to the rocket fuel. Oh yeah. You should look
Who
this
thought
up.
that was a good idea?
Well, it was cheap, and they're lazy. But you should look this up sometime. It's just amazing, and some of the most brilliant, literally, explosions that have ever happened. And there's been a couple like this. I can't remember where there was another one even more recently than that. I can't remember what they were making. But they blew the whole damn factory up, and that factory was around houses. It was on the East Coast somewhere. It was right after I want to say it was right after the Sandy Hook shooting, but I can't remember. But it just blew to frickin' Kingdom Come and took everybody with it. You're gonna worry about people having RPGs when we can't even count on our businesses to not blow us up. Look at the whole 5 Mile Island thing.
Yeah. People leaving the group already.
Yeah, it's like, if we're gonna get wiped out by something, why are you worried about one possibility? Damn it, I'm just feeding now. I forgot to switch ships. That's all. We don't really have anything around here that could wipe us out. I guess we're more likely to get flooded. We had our roads wash out. And a big storm we had 2 weeks ago, I think. But people are just afraid of the wrong crap.
There's too much in the media, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hype about everyone's out to do something. There are people out there to get other people, but not everyone is out to end the world.
No, it's a very small number. They can find each other easier, which is bad. But it's still a very small number, whereas if you go watch, and there's like something like at least 10 episodes, 3 apiece, maybe even a couple seasons. If you go watch it's called Modern Disasters or something like that, you'll shit yourself. You won't be able to sleep at night. Of all the things that have freaking killed people, it's usually bridges. I hate bridges now because of that damn show.
So look in chat, that one guy's just gone on a killing spree, got his power up and he's disappeared again.
Nice. Yeah, that Calyxo.
Yeah.
I see that.
Killed Mookie, killed me, killed Mr. Zack, and then ran away to get his power up again.
Well, what they do is they wait until you're all bundled up and they get their buff and they fly through, and all they gotta do is strafe you all just a tiny bit. That's all it takes. But yeah, modern disasters. It's called Modern Marvel's Disasters or something like that. I mean, look at all the frickin' jetliners that have crashed over stupid quality stuff that could have easily been prevented.
Yeah, building on a budget.
Yeah. There was this one where like all 144 some passengers died because they had to crash land, and it was totally survivable. It was totally survivable, but all of the seats pancaked, and
Oh, yeah.
killed the whole freaking passenger, everybody, just because it was rated to survive, but nobody ever tested it because they never
Well,
thought the damn plane was gonna crash.
yeah.
Titanic. Why would you
Oh,
have
yeah.
a boat with not enough freaking life ships on it?
Surely someone in the designing would have gone, these numbers don't add up.
One, two. There's only, I don't know, would they have
Oh,
40 life rafts, but they had like 10,000 people on the boat or
yeah,
something?
like 3,000 odd people with half dozen life rafts or so. But yeah,
There's a Esbolas. Oh, never mind.
yeah, he's got his power up, he's feeling brave.
Nice. I couldn't generate enough power to get him. It's just like you look at these, like, why are we, and then you look at the whole what was it, the Gulf Coast oil spill thing, and that didn't really kill people, I guess, but it was a huge disruption. You know, you look at these things and you just go, why are people so worried about what other law-abiding citizens are doing?
Mm-hmm.
And consenting adults, depending on what you're talking about, whether it's, equal, whatever equal rights it is, with what consenting adults are doing. But there's so much actually legitimately bad things. Nobody cares. Stupid. So anyway, that's kind of my Second Amendment thingy bob in a nutshell. It's gotcha. Sorry.
Shot.
That was a trick shot too. When you see that, you're gonna be pissed at me. That was one of my shots that I do where I move at the last second, even though there's, like,
A shot to nothing.
yeah, I'm leading them, and then I move my mouse at the last second and I hit them. I get a lot of people that way because I know that there's a lag in, like, my brain to my finger to my computer through the network, and so I lead it and then I go ahead of the latency a little bit, just like a tenth of a second, not even, yeah, about a tenth of a second. No, you bitch. But it's the backbone of everything. You're not free unless you have a way to do something about it if things go sideways. And people always say it'll never happen, but it always does.
Yeah.
And it's and we have another saying around here too. It's like, if you want to make sure it doesn't rain, you bring your umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same philosophy. You want to make sure nothing can ever happen, like Boy Scouts. You want to make sure nothing can ever happen, you prepare.
You can still win this thing, but there isn't
That's what you
much
do.
time.
Oh man, he got me just one frickin' second
I couldn't have performed better myself.
before I could get
Just
him.
about done here. Don't let up.
You know, we always go camping, and my wife goes, "Why do we bring all this stuff? We don't need half of it. We didn't need half of it last time." I'm like, because someday, someday something's gonna happen.
Yeah, and you're gonna need it.
Yeah, it's like we may not need. It may be in the middle of the summer, and so we don't want a tarp. But it's like, we're gonna want it for something. So
I'm trying to think what film it is where there's a brilliant saying that I remember. I'd rather have a gun and not need it than not have a gun and need it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's absolutely, because it's just, I don't know. Especially when you're out in the middle of nowhere. That's the other thing, is people think camping's like having an RV in the park or whatever, with all the other schleps that have their TVs and their generators and stuff. But when you're camping in the middle of nowhere and you run into a group of frickin' drunk ass hunters or whatever,
Who knows what's going to go on?
what are you gonna do? And especially if you got a damn girl with you, are you just
Yeah.
gonna talk nicely to them and ask them to politely? No. You reverted back to barbarism half the time. I've
Mhm.
ran into hunters, and thankfully they politely got off the property. But there's others that
He's-
roll in there
yeah.
with their four-wheelers, and if our tent had been there, we would all have just died. You know, you have to. They're called. Why do I always forget the name of the word? Equalizers. They're equalizers, and they're multipliers.
Mhm.
And there's things you have to do to be equal, and then there's things you have to do to multiply if you have to.